this week I thought I would try cryotherapy. So I did. I didn't know much about it going in. I just know that I saw a advertisement for it online. I saw it wasn't very much, and I figured, hey, this looks interesting, and I've heard a lot of hype about it. What is it? So I went ahead and bought it, and then I called to make an appointment. My intention was to make an appointment for sometime beginning-ish of October, but I guess I sort of panicked when she's like, oh, we have a space open tomorrow, and I'm like, oh, no, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's super busy. How about the next day? Oh no, I just made myself an appointment for 2 days from now for something I wasn't planning to do for a couple of weeks. C'est la vie. I didn't know much about it going into it. I had heard a couple of things, but my impression is that it's supposed to help with muscle recovery from working out and stuff. So it's supposed to help you not be in so much pain, I suppose. The whole muscle recovery thing should be fantastic and amazing because I just did a cardio kickboxing thing. I'm so sore, but here we are. I'm sore. I hope this cryotherapy helps, and got my fingers crossed. I just arrived cryotherapy place. I believe I arrived, I should say, because the number of the building is directly under a big sign that says Wells Fargo. So, hopefully this is the right place because I only have a couple minutes until my appointment. Like, not nervous, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel. Wish me luck. Talk to you inside. Right area, wrong suite. I think I need to go all the way down. So here we go. It's ridiculous, but now I'm starting to get a little nervous. So he just left. I'm gonna change and get into this monster right here. Oh my god. It's gonna be so cold. Oh boy. So, not at all what I was expecting, actually. Which, again, like I said, I'm not quite sure what I thought would happen, but it was nice. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but it only lasted like 2.5 minutes, which I thought it was a lot longer than that. For some reason, I thought it was going to be like 20 minutes. I'm like, I'm going to be standing there with nothing to do for 20 minutes. It was not. I'm going to go ahead and head on home, see how I'm feeling. So I looked up a couple of things about cryotherapy, which I probably should have looked up before I went, but oh well, what are you going to do? Thankfully, none of what I've read has been awful. So there's that. What I looked up, I'm going to be reading it because if I don't, I will definitely mess it up. But one of the questions that is asked is, what is cryotherapy used to treat? Cryotherapy is a pain treatment that uses a method of localized freezing temperatures to deaden an irritated nerve. Cryotherapy is also used as a method of treating localized areas of some cancers called cryosurgery, such as prostate cancer, and to treat abnormal skin cells by dermatologists. Another question I looked up was, what does cryotherapy do to your body? It says cryotherapy can help with muscle pain as well as some joint and muscle disorders such as arthritis. It may also promote faster healing of athletic injuries. However, the study found that cold water immersion was more effective than whole body cryotherapy. This particular article is from almost 2 years ago exactly. It will be 2 years in mid-October. I know for a fact that a lot more research has been done in those 2 years, so that is probably a load of one of the questions that the doctor asked when, like right before I got into the machine, was what I was hoping to get out of the whole thing. And when I paused because I wasn't quite sure what to say, he's just like, do you have any pain, like any recurring pain that you're hoping will get better with this? And I'm like, honestly, I just want to give it a try. And he's like, I understand that. That's something that we get a lot, so it's okay. I'm glad he was open-minded enough to realize that this is kind of weird. People might just want to do it. The last question I looked up was, does cryotherapy really work? And this article was written just under 2 years ago as well. And it says, during whole body cryotherapy, the body is exposed to extreme cold temperatures created by liquid nitrogen. The therapy allegedly helps sore muscles heal and combats disease-causing inflammation. In fact, one woman in Nevada even froze to death after she spent hours in a whole body cryotherapy chamber. Okay, so that addresses something else that I was planning on talking about, so may as well start here. I was under the impression, as you saw in the previous clip, that I would be spending a lot more time in the chamber than I did. For some reason, 20 minutes was kind of stuck in my head. When I asked him, I'm like, so how long am I going to be in here? He's like, oh, like 2.5 minutes. I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, yeah, I'll stay in here the whole time and I'll be talking to you. So the 2.5 minutes, it's going to feel like 20 seconds to you. I'm like, oh, that's good. Because I would just probably be freaking out the whole time. When I got there, I felt fine. I'm like, yeah, let's do this thing. When the guy led me into the room and he explained, he's like, here are the slippers, here's the robe. This is typically what someone wears or what someone doesn't wear when they go in there. I'm going to leave you to change. When you're done, come get me, kind of thing. When he explained all of that, that's when I started getting nervous. So he was with me the whole time. I got into the chamber, lifted the floor up a bit, and he had me hand him my robe, and he handed me a pair of gloves. And once I put the gloves on, he told me to put my hands on the rim of the thing. One of the things that he did let me know that I wouldn't have thought of if he hadn't have said it was that when you need to breathe, you need to remember to breathe, first of all. But when you need to breathe, especially when you're cold, your instinct is to scrunch up and to kind of go inside. You don't want to put your head down, though, because then you're going to be breathing in all of those fumes. He told me when you need to take a breath, lift your head up and out of it so that you're actually breathing air. He talked to me the whole time I was in there. He was kind of explaining the benefits and what was happening in the moment. Because for, I would say, the first 10 seconds, I'm like, oh, this isn't so bad. And then it got cold. And all I wanted to do was just huddle in and keep warm. Not the case. The whole thing lasted about 2.5 minutes after he had left and I got dressed, and then I went out and talked to him again. I asked if they ever do it for longer than that. And he's like, well, in some cases with athletes who are very super athletes, they might leave them in the chamber for 3 minutes, but it's on a person-to-person basis. They tend to not leave people in for more than 3 minutes at a time, which again was really shocking to me. But if you can die after doing it for hours, then that's kind of understandable. Oh yes, it's supposed to help with sore muscles, and that was kind of part of the reason why I was interested in doing it. Yesterday, I did a kickboxing class that I have never done before. And as it happens, most of the time when I do a class that I'm not used to doing, I am very sore the next day. Even if I stretch or do anything else like that, I'm just sore afterwards because it's not what I'm used to doing. And I'm like, ooh, this cryotherapy thing, maybe it'll help me feel better. So I plan on checking in again. After the treatment, the doctor told me that a lot of people reported feeling more energetic and feeling less sore, and they were able to sleep better at night, or at least that night. I'm really hoping that all of those things happen. I'll try to remember to at least make a mental note of how I feel in the morning, because maybe it'll still be pumping through me and I won't be nearly as sore. Doubt it, but maybe. I woke up in the morning very sore, and I did not sleep very well at all. So that's 0 for 2 on the benefits of doing cryotherapy. I'm assuming that it takes more than one session of 2.5 minutes to see major results. So my conclusion from the one session I've done is that maybe I should try more. But that's really all I can say for that. That is basically the end of the video for this week. Kind of weird, huh? This coming week and next week are kind of crazy with the things that I have planned to do, and that I hope to do, not just as far as this channel goes, but as far as life in general. It should be interesting if nothing else. So there's that. In addition to having another video or 2 or 3 or 12 or whatever it is, in October I plan on doing at least a tiny little bit of a video on my Halloween costume. If I get it done in time, then I definitely want it to be the case. But if I don't, then I don't. It's not as interesting as it could be. It kind of just came to me and I'm like, oh, that's actually kind of cool. Anyway, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to be putting another semi-interesting one out soon. And in the meantime, have a great day.